Svapadantikam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripadam Aham Vande Sri Guru Dinataranam Paramanandam Adavam Sri Chaitanyeshwaram Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasandubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So I'm very happy to be here today. It's my first time here to Latvia, to Riga. So if I say anything stupid, you have to forgive me. I just came from the Caribbean, which is really hot and humid. So I'm happy to be here, chilling out a little bit. With normal people. Right? You get it.
You met Caribbean pirates?
Huh?
You met the pirates? Caribbean?
Yeah, all of them. So, when Maharaj Dāsa was met by the sage asked him, Aishtam yatat punarjanma jayaya, how good are you in overcoming the struggle of birth and death? So when we meet people, we ask Katila, how are you? Wie geht's? And people are responding usually positive, right? They're usually happy that somebody inquires about. But when you meet devotees, you normally ask them, well, how's your bhajan? How's your bhakti? How's your japa? But sometimes devotees, what? Why you ask about my japa? Mind your own business. Nothing wrong with my japa. I'm doing good. So sometimes when you're a grihasta, it's like you live in the world and you have to engage with the world. And then there's this injunction that you should not associate with non-devotees. You ever wondered about that one? Has this ever given you some seeming conflict of interest? How do you live in the world but you don't associate with the people who are in the world? Because there's all these injunctions that you will get contaminated, it will not be good for your spiritual life. You may hear, things you shouldn't hear, see things you shouldn't see. So this conflict usually arises because we don't have what's called context. We don't understand the context. Sometimes we think association means that you're physically close. Like this mosquito is physically very close with you. Is it pleasing?
No.
Not really, right? So, physical proximity doesn't really mean association in that context. If you want physical proximity, you can go on a local bus or on a local train. Of course, not in Latvia because everything is, very small scale here. But like if you're in a busy country with a lot of people on the subway or in a train, and you're hanging in someone's armpit for 2 hours, then that's physical proximity.
Ja jūs gribat tuvu piedrošanos, jūs varat braukt ar sabiedrisko transportu, lai gan ne Latvijā īsti, jo te nav pārāk daudz cilvēku, bet kādās lielākās pilsētās, teiksim, metro, tur ir daudz cilvēku, un jūs varat karāties kāds 2 stundas kādam padusē un saņemt tuvu piedrošanos.
I watched your trams here, you know, everybody's very orderly sitting down, and there is no like big chunks of people.
Es redzēju šeit jūs tramvajus, tur visi diezgan kārtīgi sēž savās vietās, un nav īsti tādas situācijas, ka kāds ir ļoti saspiedies vien kopus.
So, association according to the Vedic wisdom means that dadati pratigrinati guyamakyati prichati bhunte bhujayate chaiva sadvidim pritilakshanam. That you're engaging in the 6 kinds of loving exchanges, that means you're actually having association. If you're doing that, that's association, abhisheni. Otherwise, it's just circumstantial. You're just physically in the same place.
Saskaņā ar Vēdām biedrošanās tātad atbilst 6 šiem tā mīlestības veidiem, un tad tā skaitās par biedrošanos. Citādāk tā ir vienkārši atrašanās kaut kur tuvumā kādam.
So what are the 6 kind of loving exchanges amongst devotees?
Kādi ir 6 mīlestības apmaiņas veidi Vaišnava vidū?
Giving gifts and receiving gifts.
Yeah, you have to know those. It's going to come up in the exam, you know.
Jums te būtu jāzina tie ir eksāmenā.
So, yes, giving gifts.
Dāvināt dāvanas.
And receiving gifts, yes.
Saņemt dāvanas.
And what kind of gifts do you give? The stuff that you don't want, that you don't need, right? Instead of putting it on the curb, on the street, you just give it to whoever comes, right? You give them something.
Kādas dāvanas jūs dodat? Jūs dodat to, ko jums nav, tas, kas jums nav vajadzīgs, ko varētu izlikt ārā uz sliekšņa, lai kāds savāc tās dāvanas jums varētu kādam uzdāvināt.
Lord Chaitanya gave his own Govardhan Shila to Džaganātha Goswami.
Kungs Chaitanya uzdāvināja savu Govardhan Shilu Jagannath Goswami.
Yeah, I was just appreciating your altar and all the beautiful deities that you have here.
Es novērtēju šeit skaisto altāru un dievības, kas jums ir.
I just asked my spiritual master a few months ago, what does he think about, you know, worshiping Giriraj and worshiping Shalagram?
Pirms dažiem mēnešiem es pajautāju savam Gurudevam, ko viņš domā par Shalagram Shilu pielūgšanu.
Not for myself, but because other people asked me, so I wanted to know what's the pramana, what is the verdict.
Es to nejautāju sev, bet tā kā man daudz jautā, tad es gribēju dzirdēt pramanu un tā kā lai citiem varētu sniegt atbildi.
And he said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is like our scripture, it's like that's what defines our conduct, the way how we interact.
Chaitanya Charitamrita, tas ir tāds, tā kā tas mūsu konteksts, kur mēs varam atrast šīs atbildes.
There is only that one example, Mahaprabhu giving Govardhan Shila to Raghunatha Goswami. There is no other, you know, mention in the scripture.
Tur ir tikai viens piemērs, kad kungs Chaitanya Raghunatha Goswami iedod šo te Shilu.
And who is Raghunatha Goswami?
Un kas ir Raghunatha Goswami?
He's very highly elevated. He's our Prayojanacharya, is that correct? Just checking. I'm still a little jet lagged, so I just... So he said, I have nothing against mature and senior devotees who are serious worshipping Govardhan Shila and worshipping Shalagram.
Un tātad atbildi bija, ka tie, kas ir pieredzējuši un vecākie vaišnavi, man nav nekāda iebilduma, ka viņi paklanās Šīlai.
But don't make a show.
Bet nedariet to, kā izrāda.
That you get on the internet and you start promoting this, and then all your 10,000 disciples will make a pilgrimage to Gandaki and to Govardhan to pick up rocks, and you know there will be big holes there because everybody goes to get more.
Un nerādiet, nereklamējiet to internetā citādā, ka visi tur neskaitāmie mācekļi dosies uz Govardhanu un ņems sev šīlus un tur būs caurumu.
And some will say, well, you only have one, you know. I have 2. Well, I got 2 big ones, you know. Well, I have 500. I got 10,000, you know.
Un tad kāds teiks, tev ir tikai viena, man ir 2, un kāds teiks, man ir 2 lielas, vai man ir...
That's not what he said, that's what I said.
tā nav atbildes, tas ir tas, ko es teicu.
So, we should give gifts that are meaningful.
Mums vajadzētu dāvināt dāvanas, kas ir nozīmīgas.
And we should also receive gifts.
Mums arī vajadzētu saņemt dāvanas.
When I started Krishna consciousness, I was 15 years old.
Kad es saskāros ar Krishnas apziņu, bija 15 gadi.
And I went out and I told people, I'm a monk.
Kad es devos uz ielas pret cilvēkiem, es teicu, ka es esmu mūks.
And people looked at me and they asked, does your mom know that you're here?
Cilvēki uzmanīgi tā skatījās un jautāja, vai tā mamma zina, ka tu esi šeit?
And I was like, okay, maybe I'm not a monk yet, you know.
Tad es domāju, varbūt es tomēr vēl neesmu mūks.
And I started telling them, okay, I'm a student.
Un tad es viņiem sāku teikt, labi, es esmu students.
And they said, yeah, I get it. He's a student. Yeah. What you got? Yeah, you have a good book? Yeah, you want some money? Yeah, I'll give you some money. You're okay.
Un viņi teica, jā, tu esi saprotu, kas tev tur ir, atver grāmatas, labi, jā, es nopirkšu to.
And old ladies would go to the kitchen and bring me chocolates. You know, this is Switzerland, so, you know, they give chocolate.
Tad tā ir Šveice, un vecas kundzītes gāja uz īrtu pakaļ šokolādēm un deva šokolādi.
And I say, we don't eat chocolate.
Un es teicu, mēs neēdam šokolādi.
We are monks.
Mēs esam mūki.
And the old lady went,
Un vecās dāmas raudāja.
And then I realized, don't be an idiot. If somebody gives you something, you accept it, you smile, and you say, Spasibo большое. Thank you very much.
Un tad es saprotu, neesiet idiots. Ja jums kāds kaut ko dod, paņemiet to smaigi un sakat, liels paldies.
You can always give it to some devotee who likes chocolate, you know.
Es vienmēr varu to pēc tam iedot kādam baktam, kuram patīk šokolādi.
Now, the topic of this class is not whether chocolate is bona fide or not.
Tātad šīs nodarbības tēma nav par to, vai šokolādi ir atļaut vai ne.
The topic is that we should give meaningful gifts and we should receive gifts in a grateful and an appreciative spirit, even if it's something that is not so relatable or not really for you.
Tad tēma vairāk ir par to, kā dāvināt dāvanas un kā saņemt dāvanas tādā veidā, kas ir pildīts ar nozīmi un jēgu, un mums tas jāmācās.
Guhyamakyati prichati, we should reveal our heart and we should counsel others in confidence.
Mums vajadzētu atklāt savu sirdi un likt justies citiem arī pārliecinātiem.
That means you talk about things that are important, that are relevant to the heart.
Tas nozīmē, ka jūs runājat par lietām, kuras ir nozīmīgas un svarīgas sirdī.
Sometimes you ask somebody, how are you?
Citreiz jūs prasat kādam, kā jums ir?
And the other person says, terrible, actually terrible. I mean, it's the worst day of my life. I think, you know, I'm suicidal. I think I should go and kill myself. And you say, very good, great, Haribol, Hare Krishna Prabhu. And you walk in the other direction. Have you ever seen scenarios like that? Where you try to tell somebody that things are not great, but the other person was not ready to hear or to deal with it.
Un tas cilvēks atbild, ka patiesībā šodien iet ļoti slikti, viss ir galīgi slikti. Es jūtos, man ir pašnāvnieciskas domas, un šī ir sliktākā diena manā mūžā. Tas cilvēks atbild, Haribola, paldies, jā, forši. Vai jums ir bijis tāda situācija, kad jūs ar kaut ko tādu saskaraties?
How are you? Everything okay?
Kā tev ir? Vai tev
How are you? Okay? Health good? Everything good? Okay.
Vai veselības kārtībā?
So it's not an external thing. It's not a show. Like empathy is not a T-shirt or a tattoo. It's actually a state of the heart. You can't fake it.
Tātad tas nav nekāds šovs, empātija nav tāda āršķirīga lieta, tas ir kaut kas dziļāks.
I tell people I speak 15 languages, which is a little exaggerated, but that's okay on the street. But the language that everybody actually resonates with is empathy.
Es saku cilvēkiem, kad es runāju 15 valodās, es nedaudz pārspīlēju, bet taču patiesībā tas, kas rezonē cilvēkiem, ir šī te...
Which in Vaishnava terminology means daya or compassion.
Kas Vaishnava valodā nozīmē līdzjūtību.
If you feel pain, you are alive.
Ja jūs jūtat sāpes, jūs esat dzīvi.
Do you feel pain?
Vai jūs jūtat sāpes?
I ask students every day when I go on the schools and universities and the cities, I ask them, how do you feel?
Es katru reizi, kad dodos pilsētās uz universitātēm un skolām, es viņiem jautāju, kā jūs jūtaties?
And more than half of them look at me and say, I don't feel anything.
Vairāk kā puses maniem skatās un saka, es neko īsti nejūtu.
And then I take out my phone and I say, hey, we need an ambulance here. We got a guy, he's not feeling anything. They say, don't touch him. It's dangerous. Must be his head or his spine. Leave him. We coming with the ambulance.
Tad es izņēmu savu telefonu un es saku, mums ir vajadzīga ātrā palīdzība, un mums ir cilvēki, kas neko nejūt.
If you feel pain, you're alive. If you feel someone else's pain, you're human.
Ja jūs jūtat, ka jums sāp, jūs esat dzīvs. Ja jūs jūtat to, kā citam sāp, tad jūs esat cilvēks.
This is from one of the great acharyas, our Mahajans.
Tas ir viena no Mahājaniem.
What's his name?
Kā viņu sauc?
Leo Tolstoy. Have you heard of that?
Leo Tolstojs.
You heard of that guy? Okay. We have some literate people.
Mums ir daži literāri cilvēki.
I know there's a lot of words in those books, but sometimes it's still good.
Es zinu, tajās grāmatās ir daudz vārdu, bet dažreiz ir labi tādas lasīt.
Of course, the Vaishnava version of it is, if you feel someone else's pain, you actually want to do something to help them to alleviate that pain. That's called Vaishnava compassion in the mood of Vasudeva Datta and Prahlad Maharaj.
Vaishnava versija tam ir tāda, ja jūs jūtat, ka kādam citam ir slikti vai sāp, jūs viņam gribat palīdzēt, un tā ir šī te Vaishnava līdzjūtība.
That's why Vaishnava compassion means giving attention, giving care, giving gifts, giving things that will help that person to come closer to Krishna.
Un Vaishnava līdzjūtība ir tas, kad jūs gribat cilvēkam palīdzēt, jūs viņam jūtat līdzi, jūs gribat kaut kā viņu tuvināt Krishnam.
And you share prasad and you receive prasad.
Un jūs dalāties ar prasādu un jūs saņemat prasādu.
Now sometimes the prasad is not for you. You're just the one who receives it, but then you have to give it to the one who actually needs it.
Dažreiz prasāds nav jums, jūs to saņemat, bet tas ir jānodot kādam, kuram tas ir vajadzīgs.
So never refuse prasad.
Nekad tāpēc neatsakieties no prasādu.
Okay?
Labi?
So those 6 activities, that's actually association.
Tātad šīs 6 darbības tāpat ir biedrošanās.
Just sitting on the same bus or going to the same school or working in the same company or even living in the same flat or being physically very close, that does not qualify for Sangha.
Tātad braucot vienā autobusā vai strādājot vienā vietā vai pat atrodoties vienā vietā, tas nenozīmē biedrošanos, tā nav sanga.
One time I took a night train from Kiev to Donetsk.
Vienreiz es braucu ar
Kiev
no Kievas
Donetsk.
Donetsk, kur vilcienu.
Do you have night trains here?
Jums ir nakts vilcieni šeit?
No. Small place, right? No need for night trains.
Nav nepieciešams.
Anyway, me and my friend, we were in there. You have been in a night train anywhere? You ever traveled in trains in the night? There is a corridor and then there is compartments. So we were in the corridor just before the train started taking off. And 2 guys came in and they had shaved heads and they had big tattoos on their necks and they were very strong and they had big thick necks. And one of them came right up into my face like this and he said, "Da Krishna Nit!" And I was Da? Yeah, I think I'm Hare Krishna, yeah.
Un viens ienāca man tieši sejā un teica, Hare Krishnas, un es teicu, jā, mēs esam Hare Krishnas.
You know, when people ask you,
Zini,
are you one of the... So, and he said, thank you for giving this knowledge to all the people.
Viņa teica, paldies par zinību dalīšanos ar visiem pārējiem.
Okay, I will live another day.
Es dzīvošu vēl vienu dienu.
Lucky. So he already had books. He was very interested.
Viņam jau bija grāmatas, viņš bija interesants.
And he asked me, You know, in the books, it always says this yapa, 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 yapa. What is this yapa? All these, you know, secret terminology. What does this mean? So we had a little japa workshop there on the train. The train started moving, and we did a little japa session together there. So I gave him japa mala. He took more books. And then I was thinking, I have to give him prasada. But I don't have any prasada. I'm on a night train. But then I remembered that the devotees in Kiev had given me a big bag of Mahaprasad. And I was thinking when I received it, like, what they think? I'm going to be up there on my night train all night long, eating. So when somebody gives you prasad, never refuse it. It's not for you. Often you're just the one who has to carry it, to give it to somebody else. So the next morning, they were sleeping right in the compartment next to ours. The next morning, I knocked on their door. And they opened the door. And then there was the usual scenario, beer bottles and all the, you know, the day after, the day after the party, that kind of scenario. But then I brought them samosas and cakes and sweet balls, and they were like, wow, Christmas came early, you know. They were really happy. So it wasn't just this man and his friend, but it was this man's wife, his mom, and also their 3-year-old boy.
Tur nebija tikai šie divi vīrieši, tur bija šī vīrieša mamma, sieva un vēl bērns 3 gadīgs.
And then we arrived in Donetsk.
Tad mēs ieradāmies Donetskā.
And it was 4 degrees.
Tur bija 4 grādi.
And it was raining.
Un lījies.
And there were no devotees.
Un tur nebija bhaktu.
And I thought, oh, a typical Hare Krishna welcome.
Un es domāju, tipiska Hare Krishna sagaidīšana.
So what do?
Ko tu darīsi?
You wait. So after 5 or 10 minutes, the devotees came running, and maybe they went to the wrong train station, maybe they went to the wrong, train. I don't know, but they were late.
Pēc 5 vai 10 minūtēm ieradās vaktas skrienot, vai viņi bija aizgājuši uz nepareizu vilcienu staciju vai vēl kaut kur, bet viņi ieradās ar nokavēšanos.
So they came running and they gave me this huge garland, like this thick, like Radhamadava, Panchatattva, these kind of garlands, like anaconda, like big.
Viņi atskarēja, viņi iedeva lielu man ziedu virteni, tādu kā Panchatattva ir ļoti lielu kā anaconda.
At that moment, the whole family came out of the train, and the grandmother was holding the 3-year-old boy, and I took the garland and I put it on the boy.
Un tajā mirklī iznāca šī ģimene no vilciena, un omīte turēja šo 3-gadīgo bērnu, un es paņēmu šo ziedu virteni un uzliku bērnam.
And the boy went, hey, look at me, and the whole family was, yeah.
Puika bija ļoti priecīgs, un visa ģimene priecājās arī.
So that night, the man came to the temple.
Un tajā naktī šis vīrietis atnāca uz templi.
Спасибо. And he stayed for Gora Artik, he stayed for Bhagavad Gita class, he stayed for Sankirtan meeting, Prasadam, the whole thing, for about 3 hours.
Uz Gora Artik, uz rīta lekciju, uz Sankirtan tikšanos, uz Prasādu, uz pilnu programmu, tā teikt.
And afterwards he told me, I just try to make it dramatic, so,
Nedaudz dramatiski.
Bam, 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 bam. Drum roll. After that, he said, now my family is convinced that Krishna consciousness is the path.
Tam viņš teica, tagad mana ģimene ir pārliecināta, ka Krišnas apziņa ir īstais ceļš.
So it's great that we give people books.
Tad tas ir lieliski, ka mēs dodam cilvēkiem grāmatas.
But it's not enough.
Bet tas nav pietiekoši.
It's great that we give them japamalas and prasadam, but it's not enough.
Tas ir lieliski, ka mēs viņiem dodam džapamalu un prasātu, bet ar to nepietiek.
We also have to spend time answering their questions and their doubts and sharing our own struggle. Then they will be convinced.
Ir nepieciešams arī veltīt viņiem laiku, atbildēt uz jautājumiem, padalīties ar savu pieredzi un grūtībām, un tikai tad būs pārliecināti.
So I'm happy to be here with all of you and see a bunch of normal, happy Hare Krishnas.
Es esmu priecīgs šeit būt un piedalīties ar jums programmā un būt kopā ar normālu.
I feel like I'm in the Swiss Alps because I got hay here, you know. So, you know.
Es jūtos kā Šveices Alpos, jo te ir siens.
I was working with cows every summer for about a month, and I think it's the only good thing I've ever done in my life. And I think Gopal, he liked that, and he said, "You're taking care of cows? Okay, all right, you're okay."
Es katru dienu, kādu mēnešu garumā nodarbojos ar govīm, un šķiet, ka Gopalam tas patika, tāpēc viņš tā kā teica, jā, ļoti labi nāc, darbojies.
So, I didn't really have a topic.
Man nebija tādas lekcijas tēmas.
Because I don't work so much structural, more inspirational.
Es nedarbojos tā strukturēti, vairāk pēc iedvesmas.
If you have any reflections or comments or questions, then now would be a good time.
Ja jums ir kādi jautājumi, komentāri vai savu pieredzi, tagad būtu īstais laiks.
Vai par Govu varētu pastāstīt, kā viņš pievienojās Krišnas apziņai?
Can you please tell how did you join to Krishna consciousness movement?
I went to an international boarding school in the Swiss Alps.
Es devos uz starptautisku skolu Šveices Alpos.
And in art class, I was drawing a Dalai Lama, and my friend was drawing Prabhupada from the Bhagavad Gita.
Un mākslas nodarbībā zīmēju lamas, bet mans draugs zīmēja Šrilu Prabhupādu.
And I asked, who is this?
Un es pajautāju, kas tas ir?
What's this book?
Kas tā ir par grāmatu?
And he said, it's very special, it's very deep, you know, high philosophy.
Viņš teica, tā ir dziļa filozofiskā un tāda svarīga grāmata.
I said, can I see it?
Viņš prasīja, vai es varu to redzēt?
He said, I can show it to you.
Es tev varu to parādīt.
I said, can I have it?
Es prasīju, vai es varu to
He said, no, you cannot have it.
Viņš teica, nē, tu to nevari iegūt savu dzīvi.
What happens if you tell a 15-year-old he cannot have it?
Kas notiek, ja jūs pasakat 15-gadīgam, nē, tu to nevari dabūt?
That's what happens.
Tieši tas arī notiek.
You figure out how to get it.
Jūs izdomājat, kā to dabūt.
I was in Novosibirsk, and there was two young boys, and I asked them in Siberia, how did you join? Same story, right?
Es biju Novosibirskā, un tur bija divi jauni puiši, un es viņiem pajautāju to pašu jautājumu, kā jūs pievienojāties.
They said, we're not going to tell you.
Viņi teica, es nestāstīšu jums.
We're too ashamed.
Mēs esam pārāk nokautrējušies par to.
We'll tell it in private later.
Mēs varam tev pastāstīt pēc tam privātā tādā sarunā.
So they said we were thieves, and one was distracting the book distributor, and the other one was stealing.
Viņi stāstīja, ka mēs bijām zagļi, viens novērsa grāmatu izplatītāju uzmanību, un otrs zaga grāmatas.
And they said, now 10 years later, we're still here to try to pay back what we stole, because there's big interest, you know.
Tagad 10 gadus vēlāk mēs joprojām esam šeit un mēģinām to atmaksāt, saprotiet, liels procents, tā kā tam ir bijis.
So my friend, he invited me to the temple.
Šis te draugs uzaicināja manas templi.
And people were so amazing. They were so generous.
Un cilvēki bija tik ļoti pārsteidzoši.
I'm just a young kid. I don't have any money. I don't know much about what's going on.
Es biju tikai jauns puisis, un es nesapratu īpaši, kas notiek.
But they gave me prasadam, they gave me books, they gave me their time.
Viņi iedeva man prasātu grāmatas un savu laiku.
And one devotee came and he just handed me japamala, and he said, you know what this is? I said, no. He says, this is like rosary. You start here, you finish here, then you turn around. Okay, this for you. You chant 4. I said, sir, yes, sir. Okay, I'm a sports guy. I can do this, right? It wasn't like, would you like to learn how to meditate, or, you know, you want to feel peaceful, or you want to go like this? No, it's like, here is your japamala. And he didn't initiate me or give me a name, but he gave me the beads, and he said, this is what we do. And I said, sure, 4 rounds. rounds. Why not?
Viens bakt atnāca un pateica, rekurīt tev džapari, kur tur ir iekšā krelīts, to skaitu tā līdz šeinai un atpakaļ ņem skaitu 4 sapņus. Un es biju sportists, es teicu, jā, protams. Un es teicu, 4 sapņus, jā, nav problēma, es to varu izdarīt, un tur nav jāfilozofē, jāvingro kaut kā vienkārši ņem.
So every day after school, I went to the park behind my house, and I would chant my 4 rounds. And I was thinking, wow, I'm a yogi, I'm a monk, I'm spiritual, I'm really cool.
Katru dienu pēc skolas devos uz parku un skaitīju savus 4 sapņus, un es domāju, jā, es esmu mūks, es esmu jogs.
And then I found out they're chanting 16 rounds, and some are doing 32, some are 64. I'm like, okay, there's room for improvement. All right, I get it.
Un tad es zināju, ka visi skaita 16 rounds, un daži skaita 32, un pat 64, un tad sapratu, okay, tad ir nedaudz vietas izaugsmē.
Then we went to the first public program that I ever attended.
Tad mēs devāmies pirmo reizi publisko programmu.
I remember very clear.
Es ļoti labi to atceros.
I'm still going to school. They give me saffron doti, you know, that was standard back in the day.
Es joprojām mācījos skolā, bet viņi man iedeva saffron doti.
So we go there with a minivan, 8 guys, fully armed to our teeth, with instruments, books, prasadam, you know, we're armed to our teeth. Like.
Mums ir busiņš un 8 cilvēki, visi ir bruņojušies līdz zobiem ar prasādu grāmatām un mūzikas instrumentiem.
Do you like this story?
Man patīk šis stāsts.
Guess how many people showed up?
Uzminiet, cik cilvēki ieradās?
1,
1, 2,
0.
No.
Okay, we have pessimists, we have realists, do we have any optimists? 100, okay, good, we need optimists. The world is bleak, you know. 0 people showed up. Because there was a mistaken date, you know, like the communication was not done properly, so we were there, but nobody else was there. I'll tell you later about the success formula. Remind me, okay? So, what do we do? It was some in the projects, like outside of Zurich, industrial neighborhood, really run-down community center. The place was closed, nobody was there with a key, we couldn't even get in. So we just sat outside on the grass.
Tas bija tādā sliktainā rajonā, ārpus pilsētas, tādā nolaistā ēkā. Tātad ēka patiesībā bija cieta, un ko mēs darījām, vienkārši apsēdāmies zālītē.
And we had a picnic. We ate prasad. We had a lot of prasad.
Mēs ēdām prasādu, daudz prasādu.
And we ate a lot of prasad.
Un mēs ēdām vēl daudz prasādu.
Do you like prasad?
Jums patīk prasāds?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. My kind of guy.
So,
and then we had a little kirtan. And we were just talking. We were just, you know, sharing our hearts. And then we drove home. And I decided, if this is the worst thing that can happen, I'm in. I can do this. It's possible. This is very much doable. From a material perspective, it was total failure. 0 books, 0 people, 0 donations, complete failure.
No materiālā skatu punkta tā bija pilnīgi izgāšanās, 0 grāmatas, 0 izplatīts grāmatas, 0 izplatīts prasāts, nekāda ziedojuma.
But for me it was perfect.
Bet man tas bija perfekt.
Why?
Kāpēc?
Because the bar was set very low. Sometimes new people come and we tell them, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. Can I breathe? And then we wonder why they don't come back. So, make it easy. Like Jagannath in San Francisco, he was building the Rath Yatra cart. He was also fixing all the cars. He was driving a taxi. He was also the temple president. He would also take out the trash. So he would just pick people off the street, random people who would walk down the street. He'd say, can you hold a nail? Nagu, yeah. So you can do that experiment here. After this class, you go outside, you pick up some random guy from the street and you ask them, can you hold nagu?
Un jūs varat izmēģināt to pašu šeit, iziet uz ielas, satiekat kādu garām gājēju, nejauši satikt un paprasiet, vai jūs varat paturēt naglu.
The guy was puzzled. He said, yeah, sure, I can hold a nail.
Tas cilvēks
So he held the nail. Then he gave him the hammer. He said, can you hammer this? He said, sure, I think so. Then he put it in, and then he gave him another nail, and he said, you just keep going. You just go all around.
Un viņš iedod šo te naglu un teica, vai tu vari iesist ar āmuri? Viņš teica, jā, es domāju, ka es varu. Un tad viņš teica, paturi nākamo, un viņš teica, tāpat turpini līdz galam.
And then he brought prasadam, and then he talked to them, so what's happening, what's going on in your life, and how's things.
Un tad viņš atnes prasādu un parunājās ar viņiem, paprasīja, kā dzīvē klājas.
And at the end of the day, the guy just moved in. He just wanted to stay with his friend. Why? Because this guy was so concerned, so caring, so open, so friendly, that, hey, I want to be with this guy. I don't want to be with those guys. I want to be with this guy.
Un dienas beigās tas cilvēks ievācās templī, jo viņš gribēja būt kopā ar savu draugu. Tas cilvēks viņam atvēra savu sirdi, viņš bija tik draudzīgs, rūpīgs un veltīja laiku. Un tas cilvēks domāja, kāpēc, lai es iet pie tiem cilvēkiem, es gribu būt ar šo cilvēku.
Sometimes when you travel, you come to a country and they ask, what is your purpose to come to the great country?
Tad jūs dažreiz ceļojat, jums šajā te valstī prasa, kāds ir jūs iemesls šeit ierasties?
When are you leaving?
Kad tu dosies prom?
Can you prove that you're leaving? Show me your flight.
Var pierādīt, ka tu dosies prom.
I'm like, hey, I could be anywhere. I can leave right now if you don't like me. You know, like, I'm okay with that. It's a big world out there.
Es varētu būt jebkur, es varu doties tagad projām, patiesībā pasaule ir diezgan liela.
So people are looking for friends.
Cilvēki meklē draugus.
Have you noticed?
Vai esat pamanījuši?
But because they don't know what real friendship means, so they go for the substitute, for the virtual reality. But Krishna is our surit, he's our actual well-wisher.
Tā kā cilvēki nezina patiesībā, ko nozīmē patiesas draugs, viņi iet pēc tāda kā pakaļdarinājuma, taču Krishna ir mūsu patiesais laba vēlētājs.
But sometimes we're too distracted.
Dažreiz mēs esam ļoti...
Have you ever been distracted?
Vai es esat bijuši izklaidīgi?
Have you ever not been distracted?
Vai neesat tādi bijuši?
Huh? You know, the kids, they don't want more money or more toys. They want conscious attention.
Bērni, ziniet, negrib vairāk naudu vai manas, viņi grib jūsu klātesamību.
But I can only give what I got. If I don't have conscious attention, how am I going to give you conscious attention? Bet es varu iedot tikai to, kas man ir, ja man nav šīs te klātesamības pašam, kā es tev varu iedot. Mama is distracted.
Mama ir izklaidīga.
You know this mudra?
Zināt šo te mudru?
Are you scrolling or are you reading?
Skrolējat vai jūs lasat?
The boys are going like this and the girls are going like this. And everyone's distracted.
Visi ir visprātīgi novērsti.
Imagine, you're so distracted, you miss your graduation, you miss your wedding, you miss your own funeral. You're not there.
Izklaidīgi, jūs palaižat garām savu izlaidumu, savas kāzas, savas bēres, jūs vienkārši neesat klāt.
Because the movie is playing constantly. The noise in the head is too loud. You can't.
Filma tātad visu laiku skrolē un iet uz priekšu, un troksnis ir pārāk liels.
How do you develop conscious attention?
Kā jūs attīstat?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This will actually help us to develop conscious attention.
Šis patiesībā palīdz uzlabot šo te klātesamību.
The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference.
Pretējs mīlestībai nav naids, tā ir vienota.
What does love mean?
Ko nozīmē mīlestība?
Not physical proximity.
Ne tuvumā esamība.
Conscious attention.
Klāt esamība.
With care. With care. That's love.
Rūpēm, tā ir mīlestība.
So Krishna is always picking up the phone.
Krishna vienmēr pacels telefonu klauso.
Do you ever get impatient because people don't respond to your message?
Vai jūs kādreiz kļūstat nepacietīgs, kad cilvēki neatbild uz jūsu ziņām?
Does this ever happen to you?
Vai kādreiz tas jums ir noticis?
Or is it just me?
Vai tikai man?
No, you live in the real world, right? No social media, no messages, no news, nothing.
Bez ziņām, bez sociālajiem tīkliem.
You're totally happy just with your family and with a few friends you
Jūs esat pilnībā laimīgi šeit ar savām ģimenēm un dažiem draugiem.
Sometimes you like, hey, why is he not answering me? Okay, let's jump in the car, drive over there, knock on his door and say, hey!
Dažreiz ir tā, kāpēc viņš man neatbildēs? Lāc mašīnā brauc pie viņa, klauvē pie durvīm un saka, hey!
In some countries, if people pick up the phone, it's like a miracle.
Dažreiz citās valstīs tas ir tā, ja kāds atbild tev pa telefonu, tas ir brīnums.
Krishna always picks up the phone.
Krišna vienmēr atbild.
Have you noticed?
Esat pamanījuši?
Did you notice?
Vai jūs esat pamanījuši?
How Krishna is always attentive?
Krišna vienmēr ir uzmanīgs.
He's there.
Viņš ir tur.
And not just superficially like,
Nevis mākslīgi, jā.
talk to the hand, you know, there you go again. Keep whining, keep crying, you know.
Čīksti un pīksti.
No, Krishna is there.
Nē, Krišna ir šeit.
He really cares.
Viņam tiešām rūp.
So, long answer for a short question.
Gara atbildīsim jautājumam.
Then it took me 4 months to convince my mom to let me go.
Tad man paņēma 4 mēnešus, lai pārliecinātu mammu, un viņa man
But that's a different story.
Bet tas ir cits stāsts.
I don't know what the timeline is.
Es nezinu, cik mums ir laika.
It's not cool.
It's 8:45 already. We have to go home now.
Ir gan arī 9, sēdās mājās.
Sometimes you have to break your mom's heart in order to make her proud.
Dažreiz jums ir jāsalauž savas mammas sirds, lai padarītu viņu lepnu.
Sometimes you have to break with tradition in order to innovate, to do something that actually has substance.
Dažreiz ir jālauž tradīcija, lai radītu inovāciju, kam ir kāda jēga.
I think you all had your own experience.
Mums noteikti ir katram savu pieredzi.
So, anyway.
Success story.
Maybe something else before that.
Varbūt vēl kaut kas pirms šī jautājuma.
I really like it here. You got a good thing going, you know.
Man ļoti šeit patīk, jums te viss ir forši uztaisīts.
You got hay, you got deities, you got flowers, you know.
Mums ir sienas, ziedi.
You got a bunch of happy kids.
Bariņš ar priecīgiem bērniem.
Now the question is just, am I happy?
Tagad ir tikai jautājums, vai es esmu laimīgs.
So before you walk out of your flat, or your cave, or your motorhome, or wherever, your penthouse, wherever you might be living, look into the mirror and ask yourself, would I like to meet this person?
Pirms jūs dodaties uz savu dzīvokli, alu vai penthouse, kur jūs katrs atrodaties, pieiet pie spoguļa un pajautājiet, vai man patīk šis cilvēks?
And if not, why not? What can I do to change that?
Ja nē, kāpēc nē? Ko es varu darīt, lai to mainītu?
Distributing books is really easy.
Izplatīt grāmatas ir ļoti vienkārši.
You just go out on the street and you go, hey!
Jūs ejat uz ielu un sakat, hey!
And people go, hey!
Un cilvēki saka, hey!
You got something for me? Yeah, sure, I got something for you. Here, this is for you.
Un tev kaut kas ir priekš manis? Es saku, jā, man ir kaut kas priekš tevis.
Right? Yes or yes? Please say yes.
Jā vai jā, lūdzu saka jā.
Good audience, good.
Laba auditorija.
It's not difficult.
Tas nav grūti.
But to walk the talk, that's the hard part. To do our own internal processing, our own homework.
Bet grūtākais ir strādāt ar sevi iekšēji un teiksim, tā darīt to, ko mēs stāstam.
Because the mind starts profiling. I like that one. I don't like that one. I don't like this. I don't like that. Does your mind ever do that?
Yeah. Prāts sāk vērtēt.
Hey, normal people. Normal people. Good. Or you're all samadarshina. You're all yogis. I love everybody. Everybody's cool.
Vai jūs esat jogi un jums patīk visi un viss ir labi.
Right? The mind goes like this one? No, maybe not. Yesterday we went out on Harinam. We had all the usual suspects. Like there was this big Finnish guy. He was like massive.
Vakar Harinamā bija tādi klasiskie personāži, tāds soms ļoti liels.
And I just walked up to him and said, how's he going? And he was embarrassed to say that he was from Finland and, you know, he's just here to get drunk. Sometimes you ask them, you're more intellectual or more spiritual? And they go like, what?
Tagad jūs viņam dažreiz pajautājat, jūs vairāk intelektuāliķis vai tādu garīgo piesaisti?
I'm just here for the beer, you know, I'm just here for the party.
Šeit dēļ alus.
I said, well, thank you for your honesty, you're qualified.
Un es saku, paldies par jūsu atklātību, jūs esat kvalificēts.
So I gave him the book.
Es dodu viņam grāmatu.
And he says, well, I only have electronic, you know, only cards. And I say, anything, give anything, even one coin. And then, my partner, you know who's your partner? It's called Paramatma. Can you say Paramatma? Paramatma. He's your partner, okay? He's your surit, your well-wishing friend. He reminded him, no, you got €5 in the case of your phone, you know? So he opened the case of his phone and he took out the €5 and he was like, hey, I found money, hey, look here, for you.
Viņš viņam atgādināja, ka, hei, tev ir €5, un viņš paņēma aiz telefonu vāciņa, attaisīja, izvilka €5 un teica, hei, re, kur man ir.
And he was all happy.
Un viņš pats bija priecīgs par to.
And then his wife came out of the shop.
Un tad viņa sieva iznāca no veikala.
And she was like,
Viņa skatījās tā.
what you're laughing, what you're smiling at.
Ko tu smejies un ko tu smaidi.
But they watched Harinam, they watched us, they were happy.
Un viņi vēroja mūs un skatījās Harinam, viņi bija priecīgi.
Questions, comments,
Jautājumi, komentāri, atziņas.
I can tell stories till the cows come home, but there's no cows here, so
Es varu stāstīt līdz govis atnākiem,
use my time. I know we can keep this little thing going, but you know, the other people, I want to hear from some of the other people.
Mēs šeit varam turpināt, bet varbūt ir kāds vēl cilvēks, kurš grib kaut ko pajautāt.
I know you're all waiting for prasadam, and we're just, you know, we're just running out the clock here.
Es zinu, jūs izgaidat prasāt, un mēs vienkārši tā kā nositām laiku.
Vai viņš var pastāstīt, ka viņš pierunāja savus vecākus iet uz
Could you please tell us how you persuaded your parents to let you go to the temple?
How old are you?
Cik tev gadu?
32.
22.
22. Well, as I mentioned, sometimes you have to do drastic things in order to get the relevant result, the relevant reaction. So I'm 15 years old. In Switzerland, you're a minor below 18, so I need the permission of my parents.
Man ir 15 un Šveicē zem 18 gadiem ir nepieciešama vecāka atļauja.
So, my mom said, okay, you finish your school, you finish your 9th grade, and then you can join. It's all good, you know?
Mamma saka, ja tu pabeidz skolu, pabeidz 9. klases un viss kārtībā, tu vari pievienoties.
Catholic family, okay, 4 kids, all right, I give 1 to God.
Katoļu ģimene, 4 bērni, okay, es vienu atdodu Dievam.
I gave my younger brother japa beads. My mom took the beads away. She said 1, not 2. I said, sorry, bro, it's gonna be me, all right? I'll see you.
Sēdēju savam jaunākajam brālim, Džobs Karelīts man teica, paņēma atpakaļ, tās teica, nē, tikai vienu. Un es teicu, brālim, sorry, cik tas būšais.
So then, I said, well, but that's end of March, but they have this thing called December Prabhupada Marathon, you know, and I can't miss that because that's where the action is, that's where the fun is. I knew, I understood that much.
Skolas beigšana ir martā, bet tur ir tāds liels pasākums, tāds lieta Prabhupadas maratons, un es zināju, ka tur notiek liels lietas, tāpēc...
So, I stopped eating what my mom cooked. And I said, I can't eat your food. I won't touch any of your plates or your pots. And I just boycotted it, the whole thing. I was living on bread, yogurt, syrup and chocolate. That was my diet.
It was syrup, chocolates, maizes,
and
yogurt.
You don't go home and you tell your mom you don't eat what she cooked.
Bet jūs nekad neejat mājās un nesakat mammai, ka neēdīsiet, ko viņi gatavo?
In traditional families, that is.
Tradicionāli ģimenē.
So it came to the point where she got so upset.
Tas viss nonāca līdz brīdim.
I also did morning and evening artik. I was offering a lot of incense and making a lot of noise with kirtan.
Un es arī taisīju rīta un vakara arati. Es izmantoju smaržkos ciņas un spēlēju instrumentus.
Till one fine day my mom said, "Okay, you can leave. Right now!"
Un vienu dienu mamma teica, "Okay, tu vari doties prom. Tieši tagad." Kas notika?
Okay. But you have to sign right here. And she said, "What do I sign?" I said, "You know, it's just that I can go. I'll come back to you. Don't worry. It will all be fine. But just sign right here." Somehow, Yoga Maya, you know, she was like, okay, all right, I'll sign. He'll go. He'll come right back to me. Everything's going to be fine. She signed. So I called the temple. I said, "Send the van." I was packed. I had my suitcase, I had my briefcase, I had my jacket for the winter. I was ready to go on something. So I joined on a Thursday and I went on traveling Sankirtan on Sunday and I never came back for 15 years.
Tātad es devos prom ceturtdien un pievienojos Sankirtānas kustībai svētdien un neatgriezos 15 gadus.
No, I mean, I visited my family, but, you know, I stayed on Sankirtan for the next 15 years.
Nu, es apciemoju savu ģimeni laiku pa laikam, bet es paliku Sankirtānas kustībā 15 gadus.
I brought my bicycle also to the temple.
Es paņēmu arī savu velospēdu uz templi.
And after 2 weeks on Sankirtan, when I came back, there was one wheel missing. And then after 2 weeks more, the other wheel was missing. And after 2 months, they threw it out. So, you know, just...
Pēc 2 nedēļām Sankirtanā es atgriezos un ritenim bija viena riepa pazudusi. Un vēl pēc 2 nedēļām otra riepa. Un pēc 2 mēnešiem viņi izmeta riteni ārā.
If you want something real bad, you figure out how to get it. Have you noticed?
Ja jūs kaut ko ļoti vēlaties, jūs izdomājat, kā pie tā nonākt.
The question is, how bad do you want it?
Jautājums ir tikai, cik ļoti jūs to vēlaties.
Without a need, there is no meaning.
Bez vajadzības nav...
Without hunger, there is no meaning to food.
Ja mēs nebūtu izsaukuši, nebūtu jāiks ēdienam.
If you think, I'm okay.
Jūs domājat, man izskārtībā, izslabi.
All right. You're cool, I'm cool. You tell Krishna, okay, I'm cool, you're cool, we're good. Shantaras, you know, everything's fine.
Krishnam Shantaras, tu esi foršs, es esmu foršs.
But if there's a need, Krishna says, okay, you want to play? Let's play.
Ja ir vajadzība, Krishna saka, okay, tu gribi spēlēt? Spēlējam.
Krishna is reciprocating our emotions.
Krishna iedarbojas atsaucas uz mūsu emocijām.
Okay, Charlie Chaplin was asked, what is your secret of success?
Charlie Chaplinam jautāja, kas ir jūsu veiksmes.
Do you know Charlie Chaplin?
Vai jūs zināt Charlie Chaplin?
Yes.
Hey, you are normal people. I congratulate you. In some places they go, what? Who?
Dažās vietās saka, kas tas tāds?
So, I'll tell you why I'm telling this story.
Es izstāstīšu, kāpēc es stāstu šo stāstu.
One time, Prabhupada was flying on an airplane with Shyamasundar, his servant.
Vienā reizē Prabhupada lidoja lidmašīnā ar savu kalpu Shyamasundar.
And that's in the old times when there was only one movie screen, you know, big movie screen. Not like everybody have personal movie screen, but one big in the front.
Tie ir laiki, kad bija viens liels ekrāns un nebija katram savu.
And so the movie came on, and Shyamasundar put the blanket over his head because he thought, movies? This is Maya. We don't watch movies. And he pretended to sleep.
Kad sākās filma, Shyamasundar uzlika savu čadaru sev uz galvas un teica, mēs neskatāmies filmas, tā ir Maija, un viņš izlikās, ka guļ.
After 10 minutes, he peeked out from underneath the blanket.
Pēc 10 minūtēm viņš no šīs sēgas sāka skatīties ar vienādu.
And he saw Prabhupada laughing so hard, he was crying. There was tears coming down his cheeks.
Redzēja, ka Prabhupada smējas tik spēcīgi, ka viņam pa vaigiem rīt asaras.
And the movie was Charlie Chaplin.
Un film bija Charlie Chaplin film.
Water break. Those were the days of silent movies. You know, there was not even sound. It was just subtitles.
Tie bija laiki, kad filmām īsti nebija skaņas, bija klusais kino un bija tikai subtitri.
So afterwards, Shyamasundar asked Prabhupada.
Vēlāk Shyamasundar jautāja Prabhupādam.
Prabhupada, isn't this Maya?
Prabhupada, vai tā nav Maya?
Prabhupada said yes.
Prabhupada teica jā.
But Charlie Chaplin's humor is very original.
Bet Charlie Chaplin humors ir ļoti oriģināls.
So, is Charlie Chaplin bona fide?
Tātad vai Charlie Chaplins ir...
Well, is he okay? Is he fine? Yeah, authoritative. Authorized by, approved. So, a friend of mine, he distributed books on the Lake of Geneva, and Charlie Chaplin, he lived on the Lake of Geneva. So he sold the Bhagavad Gita to Charlie's wife.
Tad mans draugs izplatīja grāmatas Ženēvas līcī, un tajā vietā dzīvoja Charlie Chaplins, un viņš izplatīja grāmatu Charlie Chaplins sievai.
Lake of Geneva, you know, near Geneva, that lake.
Blakus Ženēvai ir līdz.
Lac Léman.
Lac Léman.
Yeah. Vous parlez français. So, and then a couple of years later, he came back to the same house. Charlie had died, but the lady was still there.
Un dažus gadus vēlāk šis draugs ieradās uz to pašu māju, un Charlies Chaplins vairs nebija, bet tur bija viņa sieva.
And Charlie's wife, now widow, she said this was his favorite book. In his last few months, he was sitting in a rocking chair near the lake, and for hours he would read Bhagavad Gita.
Tātad Charlies Chaplins vairs nebija, bet šī viņa sieva atraita jau teica, ka tā bija viņa mīļākā grāmata, ko viņam izplatīja. Viņš pēdējās savās dienās sēdēja šūpuļu krēslā pie ezera un visu laiku to lasīja. Bhagavad Gita.
So Charlie liked Prabhupada and Prabhupada liked Charlie.
Tad Chaplinam patika Prabhupada un Prabhupadam patika Charlies Chaplins.
Is Charlie bona fide?
Vai Charlies ir autoritīvs?
I'll leave that up to you.
Es atstāšu to jūsu ziņā.
I'm not Yamaraj.
Es neesmu Yamaraj.
Now, Charlie Chaplin's formula for success. He was the most famous, well-paid, and successful comedian of his time.
Tātad Charlie Chaplina veiksmes formula. Viņš bija pats turīgākais, veiksmīgākais un labākais tā laika aktieris.
You want to know his formula for success?
Gribat zināt viņa veiksmes formulu?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, time is up. We're going to tell you next time.
Laiks ir beidzies, pastāstīšu nākamreiz.
I'm going to tell you even if you don't want to know.
Es pat jums pastāstīšu, ja jūs negribat zināt.
That's the kind of guy I am.
Es esmu tāda veida cilvēks.
So he said, 50% of your success is just showing up at the right place at the right time.
Viņš teica, 50% no izdošanās vai no veiksmes ir ierasties pareizajā vietā un pareizajā laikā.
Remember that first public program?
Atcerieties to programmu publisko pirmo.
He wasn't at the right place at the right time.
Tas nebija labi pareizajā vietā un pareizajā laikā.
And the other 50% of your success is enthusiasm.
Un otra 50% no veiksmes formulas ir entuziasms.
What does enthusiasm mean?
Ko nozīmē entuziasms?
Does Latvian come from Latin? Or is it a Slavic language? Where you come from?
Vai latvieši ir latīņu vai
All
slāvu?
languages come from Latvia.
Yeah. So, you mean to say that you are the chosen people?
Yes.
That this is God's country?
Yes.
The cradle of civilization? The navel of the universe? Everything is turning around Latvia?
Yes.
Kosmosa naba, ka šie ir izredzētie dievu cilvēki.
Every country I go to, at some point, there's usually some old guy who pulls me by the shirt and say, do you know this is God's country? Do you know this is the original place of all the civilization? That we are the chosen people? I said, yes, I know. I was just waiting for you to tell me that.
Katra vieta, kur es dodos, tur vienmēr ir kāds vecāks vīrs, kurš man parausta un saka, ziniet, ka šī vieta ir civilizācijas sākums, šī ir Dievu valsts, tā teikt. Un es saku, jā, es to zināju, es tikai gaidīju, kad man kāds to pateiks.
In Latin, entheos.
Latīņu valodā entheos.
What does it mean?
Ko tas nozīmē?
God finger.
To be divinely inspired, empowered, or to be possessed by God?
Būt dievišķi iedvesmotam vai pilnvarotam, būt apsēstam ar Dievu.
Would you like to be
Vai jūs gribētu tā?
empowered, inspired, and possessed by God?
Iedvesmotam, pilnvarotam, Dievu apsēstam.
That means enthusiasm.
To nozīmē entuziasmu.
That's what Rupa Goswami says. Utsahani chayad haryat tatat karma pravartanat. Enthusiasm is the first one.
Tas ir tas, ko saka Rupa Goswami.
You have to actually put your heart into it. You have to actually want to do it.
Jums jāieliek tajā savu sirds, jums patiesi tas jāvēlas.
Like if you go out and you say like, you know, I know you don't really want this, but you know, but I have to show it to you. You don't want it, right? You really don't want it. And you don't want to give me any money either. Oh, you really want it? No. You don't want it, you know, just, it's all bad. Go away, leave me alone.
Ja jūs dodaties uz ielas un sakat cilvēkiem, es zinu, ka tu to nevēlies, bet man tā kā tev tas jāpiedāvā, nu tu patiešām nevēlies, jā, bet man tev būtu jāpiedāvā, bet tu ļoti to nevēlies.
Of course, after enthusiasm comes nishchayat. You have to endeavor, you know, like determination. Enthusiasm is not enough. You have to have determination to actually sustain your effort to keep going.
Kad nāk entuziasms, ar to ir nepietiekams vajadzīga tāda kā
And then
virzība.
dharyat.
Tad dariet.
Patience.
Pacietība.
In 2015 in New York in the Bhakti Center, my Guru Maharaj told me, I asked him, you know, I've been in many places, many times, and so where should I go next?
2015. gadā Ņujorkā Bhakti centrā mums Guru Maharaj bija, un es esmu bijis daudzās vietās, un viņš man jautāja, kur tu gribi doties tālāk.
And he paused, and he said, San Francisco, you should go to San Francisco.
Viņš iepauzēja, un viņš teica, tev vajadzētu doties uz San Francisco.
I said, why?
Es prasīju, kāpēc?
He said, because it's the second temple after New York, and we didn't have something there for past 30 years.
Viņš teica, ka tas ir otrais templis aiz Ņujorkas, un mums tur nekas pēdējā 30 gadu laikā nav īsti bijis.
It's a very important city.
Ļoti svarīga pilsēta.
And more devotees came from San Francisco and from New York than from any other place.
Un visvairāk bhaktu nāca tieši no San Francisco un Ņujorkas, kā no jebkuras citas vietas.
And then he looked at me.
Un tad viņš uz mani paskatījās.
You will learn patience.
Un tu iemācīsies pacietību.
And I said, you're joking, right?
Es teicu, vai tu joko?
How difficult is it?
Cik grūti tas
You
ir?
go someplace, you look at the listings, you sign a lease, and you have a place, right?
Tu vienkārši dodies uz to vietu, tu paskaties sludinājumus, tad tu parakstīji īres līgumu un viss.
Now it's 2025, it's 10 years after that episode.
Tagad ir 2025, 10 gadi pēc tās epizodes.
It took me 4 years to assemble a team and to keep it, you know, in a way that I could actually move on.
Un tas man viss prasīja patiesībā 4 gadus, lai savāktu cilvēkus, komandu un atstātu tādā visu stāvoklī, kad es varu pats doties prom.
So it's very exciting to see that you have this beautiful oasis here in the middle of the concrete jungle.
Tad aizraujoši redzēt, ka jums ir tāda vieta oāze, tādos betona džungļos.
And you got beautiful families and a lot of opportunities. Krishna has given you everything.
Jums ir skaistas ģimenes un daudz iespējas, ko Krishna ir devis.
And I just have one humble request.
Man ir viens pazemīgs lūgums.
When your cup is full, go out and share your bliss, your bhava, your realization, and your struggle. And you'll notice you will have a captive audience. You'll have people who want what you have.
Un, kad jūsu kausiņš ir pilns, lūdzu, ejiet dalieties ar to, stāstiet cilvēkiem, iedvesmojiet viņus, un viņi jutīsies aizrautīgi, jūs redzēsiet, viņi gribēs to, kas ir jums.
Convincing the world is easy.
Pārliecināt pasauli ir ļoti vienkārši.
Convincing yourself, that's the hard part.
grūtākā daļa ir pārliecināt sevi.
For that you need a little help from your friends.
Tam ir nepieciešama neliela palīdzība no jūsu draugu puses.
You go like, hey, if he can do that, I can do that too.
Jūs tā skatīties, ja viņš to var izdarīt, tad es arī to varu izdarīt.
So there's all these different dynamics that happen when you have sangha.
Bet ir dažādas šīs miedarbības un dinamika, kas notiek, kad ir sangha.
You have people who tell you it's time, you know, time is up.
Ir cilvēki, kas pasaka, ir laiks ir beidzies.
Stop talking.
Pietiek runāt.
It's good to have people who can challenge you.
Ir labi, ka ir apkārt cilvēki, kas var jūs izaicināt.
We all need that.
Mums visiem tas ir nepieciešams.
Because otherwise you can't improve.
Citādāk jūs nevarat neveikt nekādas uzlabojumus.
Do you have people who challenge you?
Vai jums ir kādi cilvēki, kas jūs izaicina?
Life.
You can also get married. You have somebody who will challenge you every day.
Jūs varat arī apprecēties, jums būs kāds, kurš jūs izaicina katru dienu.
And that's good.
Un tas ir labi.
Because that's what we're here for. We're here to learn.
Ja tāpēc mēs esam šeit, lai mācītos.
If you already know everything,
ja jūs jau visu zināt,
then you're born in the great country.
Tad jūs esat piedzimuši varenajā valstī.
Some people are never wrong.
Daži cilvēki nekad nekļūdās.
But they're not always right.
Bet viņiem nekad nav pilnībā taisnība.
So you're lucky. You come from a smaller place.
Jums ir paveicies, jūs nākat no mazākas tādas vietas.
Where you don't have to be somebody.
Kur jums nav jābūt kaut kam lielam.
You can just be.
Jūs vienkārši varat būt.
That is enough.
Un ar to pietiek.
That's good.
Tas ir labi.
So you don't have to put on the drama. You don't have to make a show.
Jums nav jātaisa drāma un kaut kāds šovs jārāda.
Yesterday I was shocked.
Vakar es biju pārsteigts.
I was shocked how nice people are here.
Es biju pārsteigts, cik jauki šeit ir cilvēki.
So Krishna has given you a really nice place.
Krishna jums ir devis tādu labu vietu.
But don't take it for granted.
Bet neuztveriet to kā pašsaprotamu.
Because things can change rapidly.
Jo lietas var strauji mainīties.
I started in the early 80s. You went out and you talk about yoga, meditation, vegetarianism, karma, reincarnation. People go, what?
Es sāku 80. gados, un ja mēs runājam par veģetārismu, jogu, karmu.
It's like Chinese, you know, they look at you like you're an alien or something.
Tā kā tajā laikā ķīnieši domāja.
Now you tell them vegetarian. And they say, yeah, I know, it's better, I know it's good, I know, I'm sorry, I'm not there yet, but, you know, I'm only eating a little bit.
Par veģetārismu, un viņi saka, jā, es zinu, tā ir laba lieta, jā, es zinu, es jau arī gribētu, bet es vēl neesmu tur, man vēl nedaudz jāpastrādā.
So here people are actually very kind, they're very soft, they're very...
Tagad cilvēki ir diezgan laipni un mīksti, tā teikt, sirdī.
In the great country, you say, you know, meditation or yoga, they say, good for you. Good for you.
Varenajā valstī jūs sakat, meditācija, yoga.
Good for you, not for me.
Tas ir labi tev.
You know this passive-aggressive type of behavior?
Pasīva-agresīvā uzvedība.
But here, even the big, you know, tough guys, they will eat out of the palm of your hand. If they feel that you actually have their best interest at heart, you're actually their well-wishing friend.
Ja viņi sajūtīs, kad jūs viņam no sirds vēlat labu un atverat sirdi.
So, we're just here to appreciate you and your efforts.
Mēs esam šeit, lai novērtētu jūs un jūsu paveikto.
And Hare Krishna, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama.
What do you tell a person that already knows everything?
Ko jūs sakat cilvēkiem, kuri jau visu zina?
This is the preview. I'm going to give 3 talks at the. Any one of you coming for that Lithuanian camp?
Šis ir tāds kā izmēģinājums. Man būs jādod 3 lekcijas.
Okay, this is the bonus story. I probably tell it there also, but I'm going to tell you before, just to see whether you can tell me whether it's a good one or it's adequate, or I should tell it there or not.
Labi, tad es izstāstīšu vēl vienu stāstu. Es stāstīšu to arī tur, bet jūs man pateiksiet, vai man to stāstīt Lietuvā vai ne.
Do you like stories?
Kā jums patīk stāstīt?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not California, I understand.
Tā nav Kalifornija šeit, es sapratu.
So I was in Tucson, Arizona.
Es biju Tucsonā, Arizonā.
At the biggest gem and trade show of minerals and crystals in the world.
Lielākajā dārgakmeņu un kristālu šovā pasaulē.
There's thousands of sellers and hundreds of thousands of buyers.
Tūkstošiem pārdevēju un simtiem tūkstošu pircēju.
So there was one Russian guy out of San Francisco. He had 3 stores, big, huge, like halls, like from here to the end of the building. And he was big, massive. So I went, I showed him the books.
Tur bija tāds viens liels krievs, un viņam bija trīs lieli veikali. Tad es viņam atnācu un rādīju grāmatas.
And he said, Bhagavad Gita, Veda, Upanishad, I know all this stuff.
Viņš saka, Bhagavad Gita, Veda, Upanishad, es zinu tās visas lietas.
You ever meet people like that?
Esat kādu tādu satikuši?
Torsanov, Abramov, this guy, that guy, you know. I know them all. Huh? You ever meet people like that?
Satiekat kādreiz tādus cilvēkus?
So then I told him, okay, I know you know, but these books are not for you.
Labi, es zinu, ka tu zini, bet tās grāmatas nav tev.
Because you already know everything.
Ja tu jau visu zini.
He said, yes, I know everything.
Viņš teica, jā, es visu zinu.
But these are for your team, because you have so many workers.
Bet tās ir tavai komandai, jo tev ir tik daudz padoto.
And they should also know what you know, because then they will be better and, you know, better people.
Un viņiem būtu jāzina tas, ko zini tu, tad viņi būs labāki cilvēki.
So you get these books and you give whatever you like to give.
Tad paņem šīs te grāmatas un iedod tik, cik tu gribi iedot.
He said, okay, I can do that. He went to the office, he came back.
No, viņš teica, okay, mēs varam tā darīt.
And he said, hold out your hand. Hold out your hand.
Viņš teica, iztevi savu roku.
Hold out my hand. So he had his hand like this.
Viņam bija roka šādā veidā.
And I put my hand there.
Un es noliku rokas tā.
And then he looked at me and he said, what do I have in my hand?
Un viņš uzskatījās manī un teica, kas man ir rokā?
What are you going to say when you don't know what to say?
Ko jūs teiksiet, ja jūs nezināt, ko
Have you ever been in a situation where you didn't know what to say?
Vai jūs esat bijuši tajā, kad nezināt,
What do you
ko
say?
teikt? Ko jūs sakat?
You call mom, you ask Siri, you count your money. No, it doesn't work like that. You have one moment. What do you say when you don't know what to say?
Nē, jums ir viens moments, un pēc ko jūs sakat, kad jūs nezināt, ko teikt?
You can say, that is a very good question. That buys you 3 seconds to come up with a better answer.
Jūs varat pateikt, tas ir ļoti labs jautājums, un tā jūs iegūstat 3 sekundes, lai izdomātu labāku jautājumu.
So what do you do when you don't know what to do or what to say? What is your strategy?
Ko darīt vai ko teikt, kāda ir jūsu stratēģija?
Have you ever been in a situation where you didn't know what to do or what to say? No, you're Latvian. You got to figure it out, right? You already know. It's all planned out, right? It's all. I got plan A, plan B, plan C. So what do you do? Help me. This is now time for audience participation. Okay. What do you do when you don't know what to do? You say Krishna! If I've ever been a good boy, if I've ever chanted your name, if I've ever done anything good, I need a miracle right now. I'm ready to trade all my bhakti points. You know, you get bhakti points for coming to Sunday program and for chanting japa and reading. You can trade them against free parking places or free pizza. Or you can trade them against a miracle. Say, Krishna, right now, I don't know what to say or what to do, but you know. So I looked the man in the eye and I told him, you got $108 in your hand. And he opened it up. It was $108. Now it could have been a stone or a crystal, or you know, it could have been anything. And I looked him in the eye and I said, the same spirit that's in your heart is also in my heart. And if you actually read these books, you will know whatever it is that you need to know.
Un es skatījos viņa mācīja, un es teicu, tas gars, kas ir tevī, tas ir arī manī. Un, ja tu lasi šīs te grāmatas, tad tu zini, ko darīt.
And then I gave him a hug.
Un tad viņu apskauju.
And nothing more needed to be said.
Un nekam vairāk vairs nebija jāpasaka.
So what do you think? The story is okay?
Es domāju, stāsts ir labs.
It's bona fide?
Tas ir apstiprināms.
We can tell it over there to the Lithuanians.
Mēs varam stāstīt šo te lietuviešiem.
Hey, I trust you. I'm the Swiss, Italian, Californian gringo, you know. I just got here, you know. So I trust your judgment.
Itāļu, Kalifornija, gringo. Es jums uzticos jūsu.
The miracle was that you guessed what is in his wrist.
Huh?
The miracle was that you guessed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the main point of the story.
The main point is that Krishna is in your heart, and he will tell you.
And that man believed. What happened after you guessed?
What happened after?
What was his reaction?
He understood.
Viņš saprata.
Because Krishna is in his heart also.
Jo Krishna ir arī viņa sirdī.
He already read the books, he already knew stuff, so I was not going to give him the detailed explanation.
Viņš jau bija lasījis grāmatas un zināja par Krishnu, tāpēc nevarēja detalizēt.
Plus, he's Russian from San Francisco. He already knows everything.
Papildus viņš ir Krievs no San Francisco.
So what do you tell a person who already knows everything? You tell him Hare Krishna. And that's it.
Cilvēkam, kurš jau visu zina, tas ir Hare Krishna.
And the rest he will figure out by himself.
Viņš pats izsacinās.
I did not have to give him the purport.
Man nebija viņam jādod skaidrojums.
Okay?
Labi.
Sometimes you have to preach by not preaching.
Dažreiz jums ir jāsludina, nesludinot.
Let Prabhupada do the talking.
Lai Prabhupada runā jūsu vietā.
Have you noticed how people don't listen so well?
Es pamanījuši, kā cilvēki neklausās īpaši labi.
But they watch very closely.
Skatās ļoti uzmanīgi.
It's a visual world nowadays.
Mūsdienās ir vizuāla pasaule.
It's not so much.
Netik daudz dzirdes.
So work with Paramatma, with your best friend, and I guarantee you, your quality of life will increase by 108%.
Strādājiet ar jūsu draugu, ar Paramatmu, un es varu garantēt, ka jūsu dzīves kvalitāte uzlabosies par 108%.
You will see miracles every day.
Jūs redzēsiet brīnumus katru dienu.
Do you want to see miracles?
Vai jūs gribat redzēt brīnumus?
Or you like to watch daytime TV, telenovela, boring soap opera?
Vai jums patīk skatīties ziepju operas un dienas raidījumus?
In some countries they say, we don't want excitement, we don't want magic, we just want boring, predictable, get through life.
Dažās valstīs saka, ka mēs negribam neko aizrautīgu, mēs negribam neko interesantu, mēs gribam garlaicīgu, paredzamu.
Okay, this is the bonus track.
Šis ir bonus.
But we're just talking till the prasadam comes out, right?
Mēs runājam līdz prasadam ierodas.
I'm just checking the strategy because I don't want to upset people on my first visit,
Es negribu savā pirmā vizītē sarūktināt cilvēkus.
10 minutes. Okay, good. Always believe the Führer. I don't want to get excommunicated before lunch. So, tell me.
Very nice story. So, I have a little question here. How did you ask Krishna if I'm ready, please do the miracle? Did you did it silently or you did it loudly so the person would hear?
How much time do I have? Like when you say that prayer, how much time do you have?
Just a few seconds.
Not a few seconds. It's a moment.
So it's inner.
Yeah, it's inner dialogue.
Tad jautājums bija par to, kā jūs lūdzāt Krišnam šo te palīdzību vai
Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kohe Sudridanishchoi Krishna Bhakti Koila Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. In plain German, Krishna has got your back. You know what that means?
Krishna jūs piesat, vai jūs zināt, ko tas nozīmē?
Krishna got you.
Krishna jūs piesat.
You can jump, just fly.
Jūs varat lekt,
Krishna will catch you.
Krishna noķers.
I was in St. Augustine on the beach in Florida.
Es biju Floridā, pludmalē.
With an old friend from Czech who married a gringo girl and they have 5 kids.
Ar draugu no Čehijas, kas bija ar 5 bērniem.
And the second youngest daughter, she was maybe Ganga, her name, and she was maybe 3 years old.
And
I was already down on the beach, and she was still on the balustrada, on the concrete wall, and she just went Haribol, and then baby came flying, you know, and I'm like, whoa, baby flying, okay, catch, you know.
Es biju pludmalē, un tur bija tāda kā promenādīte, un viņa bija uz šīs te betona sienas, viņa teica Haribol, un viņa lec.
Have you seen kids like that? They just jump?
Es redzējuši bērns, viņi dažreiz tā dara vienkārši lec.
How can you have so much faith? How can you have so much trust?
Kā tev var būt tāda ticība, tāda uzticēšanās?
Because she knows.
Jo viņa zina.
Mom and dad, they always catch me. So this guy is a friend of dad, so he also gonna catch me.
Tātad mēs esam pazīstami ar Krišnu, viņš mums arī noķers.
I was shivering books in Georgetown, Guyana, down in the Caribbean.
Es izplatīju grāmatas Karību salās.
One man, he took a book, and after I just, you know, I'm like, how are you doing?
Cilvēks paņēma grāmatu, un es kā viņam pajautāju, kā tev sokas?
He looked at me, he said,
Viņš man paskatījās un teica,
at the end of the day, your government not gonna help you, your family not gonna help you, your friends not gonna help you, only Krishna can help you.
Galu galā viņš teica, jūsu valsts jums nepalīdzēs, ģimene nepalīdzēs, draugi nepalīdzēs, tikai Krishna jums palīdzēs. Es saku, ok, jā, laba realizācija.
He had realization, he had experience.
Pieredze.
So cultivate your inner dialogue, and Krishna is willing to reciprocate.
Kultivējiet savu iekšējo dialogu, un Krishna ir interesēts atbildēt.
It's not like, okay, he's Bhagavan, he is all powerful, and he can do this.
Tas nav tā, ka viņš ir Bhagavans, viņš ir visu varošs, viņš to var.
It's not jnana, it's not theoretical.
Tā nav jnana, tā nav teorija.
It's something that comes through cultivation.
Tas ir kaut kas, kas nāk no šīs tā.
And then there has to be, like in the magic sauce.
Kā maģiskā mērcē.
You know the magic sauce?
Vai jūs zināt maģisko mērci?
Like yesterday we had the magic sauce on the paneer steak, you know?
Oh,
the magic sauce.
Maģiskā mērce.
So, the magic sauce, you can even eat an old shoe with that magic sauce.
Ar maģisko mērci jūs varat tēst vecu kurpi.
You know that movie from Charlie Chaplin? Modern Times. He's sitting there, you know, and they're boiling a shoe because that's all they have.
Filmu no Charlie Chaplin, kur viņi sēž un vienkārši vāra kurpi.
Anyway, the magic formula is you start with inspiration.
Maģiskā formula ir jūs sākat ar iedvesmu.
Then there is a lot of perspiration.
Tad ir
perspiration. You have to actually work hard. And then there is a pinch of desperation. Desperation. Krishna, I need your help right now. Like Draupadi. Lucky it's empty, right? Okay, Krishna. You want to dance? Let's dance. Okay, I surrender. Can you do that?
When we are desperate.
Okay, not yet, not quite. But I'm working on it. A little bit. Every time, it's a leap of faith. Okay, Krishna, let's develop this inner dialogue. Let's develop our trust, our confidence. At the end, you got to give up your body. You gotta let go and say, okay, Krishna, it's time to go home. If Krishna will come knocking on your door tonight, and he says, Haribol, Jago.
Jago.
It's time to go.
Ir laiks doties.
What would you say?
Ko jūs teiktu?
It's not just a mind exercise.
Tas nav tikai prāta vingrinājums.
Oh, can you come back like
Jūs varētu atgriezties
like maybe 3 months, you know?
pēc 3 mēnešiem.
I just have a few things, you know?
Ir dažas lietiņas.
Few situations I have to take care of. Few people have to take care of.
Dažas cilvēki par
Few things I have to fix.
Dažas lietas, kuras jāsalabo.
Krishna says, okay, it's fine.
Krishna saka, ok, jā, viss kārtībā.
He comes back after a year, after 5 years, after 20 years.
Pēc 5, 20.
And death shows up.
Un tad nāve atnāk.
I know this is a family show, so we're not going to get into too much of that stuff. But at some point, death will show up.
Tad kādā brīdī parādīsies nāve.
And you say, you know, I'm a little busy right now.
Jūs sakat, tas nedaudz
He
aizņemts.
says, time to go.
Viņš saka, vajag doties.
Time is up.
Viss laiks beidzas.
And you go like, well, can't you give me an extension? Can't you give me...
Nevar dot man pagarinājumu.
He said, I came so many times and you were not ready.
Es atnācu tik daudz reizes, bet nebija
Time is
gatavs.
up.
Tagad viss laiks beidzies.
So surrender is like a mini death, you know? It's like,
Padošanās,
okay, I let go of my tendency to control,
Mini nāve, jo tā ir
to be in charge.
kontrolas atlaišana, būt galvenajam.
Do they try to fix things and people here in Latvia? Or they know that doesn't work so well?
Vai Latvijā jūs mēģināt salvot lietas un cilvēkus, vai jūs tā nedarat?
Do you ever try to fix people
Vai
or
mēģināt
situations?
salvot cilvēkus vai situācijas?
Yeah?
Jā?
Does it work?
Vai tas strādā?
Nah, not so great, right?
Ne īpaši.
Yeah.
Drusku.
But Krishna, he can reach everybody.
Krishna var sasniegt visus.
Even people that we cannot reach.
Pat cilvēkus, kurus mēs nevaram sasniegt.
Krishna can reach them.
Krishna var viņus sasniegt.
He's in their heart.
Viņš ir viņu sirdīs.
And he can do miracles, magic.
Viņš var darīt brīnums.
So you want to see the Krishna magic?
Gribat redzēt Krishnas maģiju?
Join the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Pievienojieties Sankirtāns kustībai, kungu Čaitanjas.
We're happy that you're happy.
Mēs esam priecīgi, ka jūs esat priecīgi.
But we want you to be ecstatically blissful.
Bet mēs gribam, lai jūs esat ekstāzē.
Hilariously excited about the prospect of sharing this greatest gift.
Patiesi aizrautības pilni dalīties ar šo te dāvanu.
And you can do this in many ways.
Un jūs to varat darīt dažādos veidos.
When people see that there is substance, they will be curious.
Kad cilvēki redzēs, ka tur kaut kas ir, viņi būs interesanti.
Okay, we're talking till the prasad is here. I was distributing books in Berkeley, California.
Es izplatīju grāmatas Berklejā, Kalifornijā.
And I asked a young man and he told me, you already asked me yesterday, why you ask me again?
Es man jautāju, Jānis vīrietis, tu jau man jautāji vakar, kāpēc tu man jautāji arī šodien?
And I said, you know, you guys with the masks, you all look the same, you know, I can't tell.
Es teicu, jums visiem ir maskas, jūs izskatāties vienādi, tāpēc es nevaru jūs atšķirt.
So he pulled the mask down.
Viņš novilka masku.
And he had a big beard.
Viņam bija gara vārda.
And he said, I'm a Muslim.
Viņš teica, es esmu musulmanis.
But you are glowing.
Bet tu spīdi.
I want what you have.
Es gribu to, kas ir tev.
I said, well, take it.
Un es teicu, lūdzu.
He took the book. He had a donation.
Viņš paņēma grāmatu un iedeva ziedojumu.
I didn't preach to him.
Es viņam neko neiesludināju.
I didn't debate. I didn't argue. I didn't prove how my Vaishnavism is superior to his Islam.
Nestāstīju, kā Vaishnavisms ir pārāks par islāmu.
Krishna does take care of things in the best possible way.
Krishna parūpējas par lietām vislabākajā iespējamā.
Sometimes you do and say everything perfect.
Dažreiz tu izdari un pasaka visu perfekti.
And people will say, no.
Un cilvēki teiks, ne.
No.
Ne.
Or they don't say anything.
Vai viņi vispār neko nesaka.
They just ignore you.
Viņi tevi ignorē.
Have you had that experience?
Vai jums tā ir bijis?
You don't like that, right?
Jums tas
But not here in Latvia. People are nice.
Ne šeit Latvijā. Šeit visi ir jauki.
They all respond.
Visi atbild.
If you have a hard time connecting, just pretend you're a foreigner. Just speak English with them. Speak Russian, speak Chinese, speak Arabic, speak any language you want.
Ja jums ir grūti sakomunicēt ar cilvēkiem, runājiet angļu valodā, izliecieties par ārzemnieku, runājiet kurā valodā.
They're really nice.
Viņi patiešām ir jauki.
At least with me.
Bet vismaz ar mani.
Sometimes it's easier to be a foreigner.
Dažreiz ir vieglāk būt ārzemniekam.
But since now it's a big melting pot of all different types of tribes, so don't worry about it.
Bet tā kā mūsdienās visi ir vienā kaudzē, ir dažādas valstis un ciltis.
I just ask people, English, Russian or Latvian?
Es vienkārši jautāju cilvēkiem angļu, krievu vai latviešu.
I let them choose.
Ļauj viņiem izvēlēties.
Then I give them that particular book. Sometimes you give somebody a book and they say, I'm a Christian. Oh, okay, sorry. This is the book for the Christians. Oh, okay, thank you. So,
isn't that cheating?
Huh?
Isn't that cheating?
Krishna is the greatest cheater. He is Makanchor. There's two policemen walking down the street in Delhi. And one is telling the other, you know, this is really bad. This is really bad. We're policemen. And we're worshipping a thief. We're worshipping a thief. Krishna is Makanchor. He's, you know, the butter thief. And we're working for the government. We're working for the law. And the other one said, you know, you got this all wrong. Krishna, he's just stealing the heart. He's just extracting the love from all his devotees. So if you want to have a peaceful, quiet life, don't go to the Yamuna, where Tribhanga Sundar is playing his Murlidhar, and he's got that enchanting smile. You want to have a boring life? Everything is organized, everything is predictable, everything is in its right place. Don't hang out with the Hare Krishnas. Because your sense of reality, your sense of normal will get altered. It will get challenged. So thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. And for taking part in this Hare Krishna experiment. And it's great to see the next generation of Vaishnavas. We need to go a little bit more into outreach mode. I feel we're not very much present in universities and schools and educational areas. So Krishna has given you a wonderful opportunity. Thanks for taking it serious, not take it for granted. Because things can change drastically. Imagine you're in a place where everything is allowed, everything is legal, everything is possible. And no one's interested. That's terrible, right? So you'd rather be in a place where things are a little difficult. But people are actually curious. There's a lot of curious people here. Because, you know, it's not the Caribbean where you have coconuts and sugarcane and people are just a room, you know, and they just lay on the beach. It's cold, so that means people think sometimes.
Šeit nav Karības salas, kur cilvēki dzer kokosriekstu un vienkārši guļ un sauļojās. Šeit ir nedaudz augsts un cilvēki nedaudz arī domā.
Yesterday I met a young guy, he's dual citizen, he's grew up in Florida, but he's Latvian origin, so he came back here to visit family.
Vakardien satiku vienu puisi, kurš ir no Amerikas, viņam ir dubultā pilsonība, bet viņš ir latvietis, un tad viņš ir atgriezies pašlaik.
Young, strong, tough guy, working in Navy, you know, merchant Navy, shipping stuff.
Puisis, kurš dienē jūras flotē.
So I asked him, what's your biggest challenge?
Un es viņam prasu, kāds ir tavs lielākais izaicinājums?
Your mind, your phone, or the girl?
Tavs prāts, telefons vai draudzene?
He said, no, alcohol.
Viņš teica, nē, alkohols.
I say, thank you for your honesty.
Es saku, paldies par tavu atklātību.
I say, look around here.
Paskaties apkārt, es viņam saku.
These are all addicts. Everybody's addicted.
Šeit visi ir atkarīgi no kā.
I don't care where you get your dopamine from, you know. Everyone is addicted to something.
Man neinteresē tas, no kurienes tu dabū savu dopamīnu, jo ik viens ir atkarīgs.
I walk up to these buff, strong guys and I ask them, have you mastered your mind?
Es pieeju pie šiem lielajiem, spēcīgajiem vīriešiem un es prasu, vai jūs esat savu prātu tā kā pakļāvuši sev.
They go.
Viņi dara tā.
Not quite.
Nevisai.
So, it's a good place. You can be very direct.
Šī ir laba vieta un jūs varat būt ļoti tieši.
You don't have to do the big drama. People,
Jums nav jāteic liela drāma.
they're pretty open.
Cilvēki ir diezgan atklāti.
Thank you very much.
Liels paldies.
Keep going.
Tā turpiniet.
And yeah, it's great to be doing Harinams and so many other activities are going on.
Tiešām lieliski, notiek harināmas un daudz citas aktivitātes.
And there has to be a lot of activities for youth, like also youth camp, youth retreats.
Jauniešiem jābūt arī daudz aktivitātes.
I know you're doing all this stuff.
Nometnēm, retrītiem. Es zinu, ka jūs darat tādas lietas.
Drama, teaching music.
Teātris, mūzika.
Activism.
Aktivitātes.
We need activists.
Mums vajag aktīvistus.
Activists are young, hungry,
Aktīvisti ir jauni, izsalkuši
and a bit angry.
un nedaudz dusmīgi.
That means younger people.
Tas nozīmē jaunāki cilvēki.
Because older people,
Jo vecāki
they
cilvēki,
like a little more comfort.
viņiem patīk nedaudz vairāk komforta.
Do you know how you noticed that you got old?
Ērtības. Vai jūs zināt, kā jūs varat pateikt, ka jūs kļūstat vecāki?
Two things.
Divas lietas.
You start talking about the weather.
Jūs sākat runāt par laikapstākļiem.
Kids don't talk about the weather.
Bērni to nedara.
Weather is not important.
Laikapstākļi nav
It's all
svarīgi.
about play and fun.
Galvenais ir spēlēšanās.
And you notice that you're getting older when you walk into a room and you look, where can I sit down? Where is my asana?
Un otrs, kad jūs kļūstat vecāki, jūs ienākat telpā un skatāties, kur man apsēsties.
Or you start telling, back in the day, we did like this.
Vai jūs sākat stāstīt mūsu laikos, tā nebija, vai mums nepatika tas vai šis?
So you live in paradise.
Jūs dzīvojat paradīzē.
You know that?
Vai jūs to darat?
That you live in paradise?
Vai jūs to zināt, ka jūs dzīvojat paradīzē?
You're so close to it. It's like you can't see your eyelid.
Jūs nevarat redzēt savu acu plakstiņu.
Because you're too close to it.
Jūs varat tam tuvu.
You're lacking context.
Jums trūkst konteksts.
That's why sometimes it's good to travel out of the village and go see how other people struggle in the world.
Tāpēc dažreiz ir labi pamest savu ciematu un doties pasaulē un redzēt, kā citi cilvēki pasaulē cieši.
Then you appreciate more what you have at home.
Tad jūs vairāk novērtējat to, kas jums ir mājās.
So today is also the day of incorporation of ISKCON.
Šodien ir arī ISKCON.
Incorporation. Yeah, incorporación.
Šodien ir
Registration.
reģistrēšanas diena.
So it's a good day to meditate a little bit on 7 purposes and what are we doing and what am I doing and why are we doing.
Pameditēt uz 7 iemesliem, ko mēs darām, kāpēc mēs darām.
Often we get too much obsessed about the how we gonna fix people and situations.
Dažreiz mēs esam pārāk apsēsti ar to, kā mēs salabosim cilvēkus vai situācijas.
But the better question first is, what is it that we're trying to do and why?
Bet labāks jautājums ir, ko mēs mēģinam panākt un kāpēc mēs mēģinam.
So very grateful to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada for getting up at midnight to translate these books. And we're also grateful for those who translated them into Latvian and into Russian and into German, French, Italian, Spanish. And for those devotees who made those books available for us.
And
as a token, as a gesture of gratitude, let us try to put our heads, our hearts, and our hands together to do something that will please Prabhupada.
Kā pateicības žestu mēs varētu salikt savus galvas, rokas kopā un izdarīt kaut ko tādu, kas iepriecinātu Prabhupādu.
And you will be part of the magic every day of your life.
Jūs būsiet daļa maģijas katru dienu savā dzīvē.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Shri Prabhupada ki, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripasundabhyevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo.